I would pick John Waters.
You were about to say John Benet Ramsey.
Welcome back to another episode of I Never Liked You with Matteo, Lane, and Nick Smith. And today we're talking about pride. I just cut my arm.
Let's talk about pride, baby.
Let's talk about...
It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month, bitches.
So before we started, Nick has never done this. Before we started, Nick turned to me and goes, so I think for Pride, we're just going to talk about past events and other things and such as. And I was a little taken aback. I was like, yeah, what else were we going to talk about?
Am I in a dream sequence right now?
I'm kind of confused what's going on.
I do that all the time. I'm always like, we say the topic, and then you usually are like, and then what are we talking about? And I say, oh, we should do blah, 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 blah. Wait, what?
I'm so jet lagged right now.
Pride is a broad spectrum. Are you proud?
Not of you or that shirt.
The Proud Family.
I loved that show.
Such a good show.
Mariah Carey was on one of the episodes. No, she might have been on two episodes, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I used to follow this website called MariahDaily.com. It would give me all the updates on things that Mariah Carey was doing. And that was one of the things she did.
So anyways, yeah.
Well, my birthday is June 28th. It falls on
It
Stonewall riots. It falls on near the death of Judy Garland. It's always the day of Pride. So how about we talk about our first Pride parade we went to? Not that that's always Pride, but we're just talking
I
about
have
the month.
only been to one New York Pride parade.
But well, I guess does your hometown have a Pride parade?
Of course not. They don't have a Pride. Actually, surprisingly, there are a lot of gays where I'm from, but they don't have a Pride parade. Maybe I'll start
You and the
one.
priest?
I am the president's daughter.
Self-elected.
No, I've only been to one Pride parade and never again. But I don't do well in crowds.
I don't cook. I don't clean.
Exactly.
I don't do diapers.
It was, oh God.
When was it?
I was in college. It was with my boyfriend at the time in college. And it was like 100 degrees outside.
It's always 100 degrees.
It's always
on
100
Pride.
degrees. There's no shade anywhere. It's crowds everywhere. And I don't like crowds. I don't like heat. I don't like parades in general. So I was miserable. We stayed for like an hour. I said, we have to go. I'm proud, but I'm not this proud. Okay. I gotta go. And I haven't been since. I actually am almost never here during New York Pride.
I'm never here either. I'm always in Italy
Somewhere.
usually.
Yeah.
Because that's my only time to vacation too. But the first Pride I went to, my friend Sophia took me to in Chicago. I think I was 18 or 19.
Chicago does like a big Pride thing, right? I assume.
No. They just have like a couple people pass down. It's similar to your hometown.
Yeah.
No, it's like one of the biggest prides in the country. And we went, and for some reason I wore a sweater. I don't know why.
What?
Well, it was kind of chilly that day.
Oh my God.
But Sophia was being nice. She was bringing me but I just was so overwhelmed. I remember the first gay bar I went to was Hydrate in Chicago. I was just so overwhelmed. And then I realized, I'm like, I get overwhelmed. And
Same.
someone had a joke. They're like, where's the pride? Was it Hannah Gatsby who talked about, like, where's the pride for the people who want to read books? Or
That
something.
is
Like,
funny.
because I was like, my version of pride is like a bunch of gays sitting at a diner talking about Judy Garland
Same.
or Patti
Well,
LaBelle
that's
or
my
something.
thing is like everyone's always like, especially for Pride Month, the bars are filled. Everyone's like, it's just crowds upon crowds.
Yeah, it's
upon
not
crowds.
the partying that bothers me. It's the crowds. That's
It's the
literally
crowds.
it. It's just the crowds.
And
where
I'm like, I
"Ah."
just want to like hang out with friends and do that.
But
Actually,
I think also too, like, I have to remember, like, I think for a lot of people, maybe they don't get a chance to like kind of express themselves that way. So
course.
they get that one day. It's like they get to come down from, I don't know, maybe they're in West Virginia and they're like, I'm gonna go to New York and just have the best time. Like that's also what it's there for too. We're New Yorkers, so we're just like another parade. Go away. You close the streets. I gotta get coffee. Move it.
and not everyone gets as overwhelmed by crowds as we do.
I do get overwhelmed by crowds.
Right. Gays,
Unless I'm on a
lot of
stage.
gays love a crowd. Circuit parties, bars, they love a crowd.
Well, I don't hate a crowd. I don't. You know what it is too? Is like there's so much. It's so much stimulation.
So much noise.
Yeah, there's noise,
Music
and there's like everyone looks so good, and they're like in the fun outfits, and then there's drag queens, but then there's families, and then there's cops, and I'm just like my brain's like Like,
Yeah.
I'm just so overstimulated. I
get
think a lot of people do
overstimulated
feel that
and-
way, though. I do feel a lot of people
100%.
have a fun time at the parade, and then there's that, like, it's almost like New Year's where it's like, what is the like, we have to go out now or do something, like,
And the heat adds another layer because then you're like in a fever dream the whole time because you're sweating, even though you
and
are
that's
half
we're
naked.
sober.
But then,
I mean, every once in a while I'll have like an Aperol Spritz. Don't get me wrong, but it's like there's people who like were like they're like either drinking all day or doing drugs, and they're in that heat.
oh my!
And then that's a Sunday, and then some of them just they go all night partying. They wake up at 9 a.m. and they're
Thursday
sitting at
to
their
Monday.
desk, and they're just like, "How now, brown cow?" Like I don't know how gays
Literally
do
that
it.
whole weekend, Thursday night till Monday morning, it's just like nonstop. I would be dead. I would be dead.
I think I'm also just old.
Well,
Like I have
not
like
just old, you are old.
I am old. Although my dentist yesterday said that I didn't look a day over 31.
you pay him. No, I get very overwhelmed. I get very overstimulated by loud noises. The crowd, you know why?
You know why you don't know?
The schooling. No, Bob, in one of his specials, you all should watch, he has a really funny joke where he's like, wouldn't it have been nice if they, I don't know, threw the brick on a cool winter or autumn day? Like, wouldn't it have been nice if
Well, I
Pride
don't think
happened
the
in
intentions
October?
of what happened at Stonewall was, I hope this is a nice fest for everybody.
Well, right.
40 years in the
it
future.
now happens at that time every year. He's like, wouldn't it have been nice to celebrate Pride in like
September
October?
20th or something. Yeah. No, I mean, but Pride came from obviously riots in the, obviously riots, but then protesting in the streets and fighting for rights. And then it just kind of changed to like, you know.
Can you answer me this? Why do different cities celebrate Pride different times of the year? Because isn't June Pride month? And then you'll see like some random city being like, it's Pride weekend, and it's like April.
Scheduling, probably.
I just assumed everyone would do June. World Pride this year is in DC.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What does World Pride mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean? Like, it's like,
I think it's pride for the world. Like a place for the world. Celebrate pride. To have pride. Be proud.
I wonder what you were like as a student. and such
schooling.
and such as.
And such as. Well, last
do you
year
think
it was
that
It's the 50th anniversary this year.
50th. Wow, gays have only been around for 50 years. That's kind of crazy.
do you think? What do you think?
Now, come on now. That was funny.
What do you
Now,
think?
come on now. Who's
Wait,
performing?
well, and I
who's
was
performing
saying,
a World Pride.
Wait, Nick, and what was that?
And James.
John? No, was it James?
John or James?
James?
What was that? James. They should have Wendy perform a World Pride.
I don't know. Pride.
You know who's a Grand Marshal for New York Pride
Shakira.
this year?
Oh,
Friend of the pod, Marty Gold Cummings.
really?
That's
Good
a
for
big
Marty.
deal. It is.
Oh, I gotta text Marty back. They just watched my
Shakira is
special.
headlining the
Shakira's
DC one.
headlining.
No,
the
baby,
World
when you
Pride.
The
don't
opening
like
ceremony.
that, you know
The opening
that you're
ceremony.
my
And
man.
there's
After-
a bunch of performers.
Of course, after she has legal troubles with tax fraud, that's when we make her Grand Marshal of
Oh,
World
we're like,
Pride. You were a possible felon?
now, I
Put a bow
remember
on it.
once seeing Cece Pennington at Pride in Chicago. She was performing on a stage in front of the 7-Eleven. That's where they put the show. I actually performed there once, too.
This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just getting started or you're trying to scale your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place, from consultations to events, experiences, showcasing your offerings, and customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, literally anyone can build a bespoke online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business. With their Blueprint AI, Squarespace's AI-enhanced website builder, you get a fully custom website in just a few steps, using basic information about your industry, your goals, and personality to generate premium quality content and personalized design recommendations. Squarespace also offers a complete library of professionally designed and award-winning website templates with options for every use and category. No matter where you start, your website is flexible to what you need. Head to squarespace.com/INeverLikedYou for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code INeverLikedYou to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I just heard that FX has a new original comedy coming out called Adults, which, after checking out the first episode, feels all too familiar. Adults is a comedy that will feel relatable if you ever find humor in the struggles of being an adult in 2025, which I'm sure most of you do. You know, like remembering your full social security number. I should call my mom about that, actually. Or to drink water, or perhaps having your third existential crisis of the month. Or the week. It's such a well-written and well-acted show, and it's a young adult comedy really highlighting what it's like being a young adult in this climate. If you know, you know. And after you watch, you'll know. Best part is that all episodes will be ready for your next weekend binge. Watch FX's Adults Wednesdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu. What are you waiting for?
It sounds crazy to say out loud.
So tell that story. That's a fun story. With what was the one Pride that you like came out after like a bunch of Go-Go Boys or something?
Oh my God, this was years ago. There was some. It was at Hydrate.
That's the other Bob joke. He goes, it's so embarrassing.
The names of the bars.
He's like,
well,
thank God.
Man Locker
he goes, thank God that the brick was thrown at Stonewall. Because could you imagine if we were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Ride or
of Hydrate,
Hush, or Hydrate,
or Man Locker? It used to be called like Meat Locker, Man Den, or something like that. Bear Den.
Oh my God.
He's like, it's the 50th anniversary of the brick throwing at Pump.
Because they had for years above the urinal, it had a sign. You know, usually the signs in bathrooms are like, please only discard toilet paper, whatever. The sign was no meth. So anyways,
that's a good sign.
This is years ago, and I was not selling tickets, but this guy was nice enough. He's like, I'll fly you to Chicago. We're doing a fundraiser for something, I don't remember what it was for. But the fundraiser was being done. And I think it was for like a really good cause. And nothing about the show was fine. The order of the show was wrong.
Right.
So they had all these like male dancers, strippers, go-go boys, and these moms of involved. I don't remember what it was, but they were sewing like crochet jock straps. Now keep in mind, yeah. And I remember the guys.
Because what else would they be doing?
Though they were really sweet.
Of course.
The guys were stunning.
Sure.
I mean, we were all in a basement, and Dixie, I think was her name. She was the drag queen.
Dixie Lynn Cartwright.
Yeah, she was so funny. I loved her. She was hosting. So they made the cardinal sin mistake. They had all these stunning, hot, beautiful men in these jock straps crocheted by moms who were affected by something, I don't know. And they were auctioning them off to raise money. So they wanted me to do stand-up. Now, Dixie was already killing. She was hosting. She was already murdering. So I was like, where am I? I don't even need to be here. They go, okay, Matteo, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Dixie go up, and then we're going to have an intermission. I'm like, an intermission? She's doing 10 minutes. Right, well, we have to get those drinks at the bar. So then the boys are going to come up and do a dance, and then they're going to bring you up. I was like, I think it should be the opposite. I think it makes more sense if the
Should
comedy
end with
goes
the nudity.
Right.
Yeah.
Because how do I follow hot sex?
You can't.
So you get them wasted and then horned up, and then I have to go tell. By the way, nobody knew who I was. Like, this is before I could sell a single
exactly
ticket.
what you thought happened.
I went up, Dixie killed. These men go up, they're dancing. They were stunning. And then they call me up, and they're wasted. They're horny. They have no respect for stand-up. And they
Or
started
you, for that
yelling
matter.
at me. I think one of them said, I made a joke about Brittany or Christina. And then they yelled at me like, you could never be Brittany. And everyone started booing me.
Leave Brittany alone.
Yeah, I got booed. And then I walked off the
no.
stage and I went into a room of strippers looking at me like I made all the wrong choices
being
in
like,
life.
It's okay, sweetie.
I know. Well, they really were so nice, and they really did have the right idea in mind. I really did look like a failure, and I left before the show ended. I don't know who auctioned what jockstrap, what. I was booed. They were screaming at me. Someone threatened to rush the stage. Oh, I think because I called one diva a cunt or something like that. And I went home on seat 58Z.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat on the wing, actually,
Sure.
on a Spirit Airlines, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make it.
If that's not
Living in an attic above Sashir Zameda that I couldn't stand up in all the way with a mattress on the ground.
if that's not the definition of pride as an entertainer, when Pride season
That was
comes
Pride.
along, every drag queen, gay stand-up, gay entertainer in any capacity,
Unless it's really organized by something or
right?
somebody.
But I just mean like your life becomes so. You're doing the most random gigs at like.
Oh, the worst, Nick. This girl, she was messaging me like on Facebook at the time, Instagram, please come to my Pride show. I'm begging you, da-da-da, this and that, da-da-da. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it. It was all the way in deep Brooklyn. I was like, I'll do it. I take the 55-minute train ride to basically JF fucking K, where Sydney was living, basically. And I get
You did
there.
it at the terminal.
Yeah, I was also checking tickets, and I walk in and looking for the show. It was just a bar with like 5 people, and I finally found this woman, and she was like, "Oh, hey, Matteo." I go, "Hi, am I early? I thought the show started at 7:30." She goes, "Yeah, it does." I go, "Oh," I said, "Okay, well, when am I up?" She goes, "Well, I was just kind of hoping you would just stand over there, and as you start talking, like a show would happen."
What? She said that to you?
After months of
That's
begging
what she
me
said.
for her Pride show.
Yeah, just like out of nowhere, like a
Right.
crowd would gather and a show now has begun.
Yeah, like a movie. And I said, I don't do that. And I got back on a 55-minute train ride.
Like
to,
you're fucking,
to
what's that guy,
Manhattan.
Charlie Chaplin?
I don't know.
down
I don't
the
know what she
street.
thought. Yeah, so the Pride gigs were never the
I don't
the
think
best.
we've ever celebrated a pride together.
Well, I'm not proud of you.
And
I don't
I'm
think
not-
you're a good representation of queer people.
I'm not a good representation of humans.
That was your best. How did I thought you were going to insult me back, and instead you double insulted yourself.
What else is new?
No, Nick,
I'm
you're a
not
great
proud of
representation of Pride.
I am.
Let's compliment each other on why
Okay.
we're good representations for Pride.
For pride or for gay people?
For just Pride, for queer existence in general.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
How much time do we have?
Oh, we've got plenty.
You know, it's good to know that on Pride, not everyone has to leave their home.
So I'm representative of homebodies.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I do think that's good. Not everyone has to leave their home. Not everyone has to go have fun, meet people, socialize, celebrate, move.
I would say that I think you have made this is going to be a genuine compliment. I think you have made a lot of gay men proud in the hair plug community. I think it was taboo And I think you've opened that door.
Think that has anything to do with pride?
I think in the gay community, it was taboo, and you opened that door or scalp and really said, me too. Hashtag me too.
I think you make...
If I'm going to make anyone laugh, it's myself.
Best sign of a good comedian.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be genuine too.
Okay.
I think that you make gay men proud to not dress like you.
Oh. You could say I'm a representative of the blouse community.
The community of one.
That's not true. People ask me to tag my blouses on our videos all the time.
What mothballed closet did you rip this fucking Nana's tablecloth out of?
ASOS, sponsor me.
ASOS?
Yeah.
This is the last time I'll ever see that.
Maybe I'll wear it to Pride because I'm proud.
What did Yamanika say last night about Rainbow? Because I got a loan for half a penny. I said, yes, my family is in debt for years.
It's like now Klarna, you can order DoorDash
you can order
with
food.
Klarna. So you're ordering
What's Klarna?
It's like the
that
Afterpay.
for easy payments Afterpay.
Oh, that's what, yeah.
So they're literally like, they partnered with like DoorDash or something. So they're like, you can order lunch and pay for it in 4 easy payments.
Wait, so Chris, do you have pride questions for us?
Yeah, I just wanted to issue a correction for the Shakira isn't performing. The headliners Friday are Jennifer Lopez
Okay.
and Saturday Troye Sivan. Those are the two big headliners.
You got to have a bottom.
Did any
Even
gay...
though allegedly he's a top, he said.
Did any gay... Well, allegedly you're a top. People are shocked by this.
Yeah. And I wear tops for our community. Wow, J-Lo is doing World Pride.
Yeah.
I guess she has time because she canceled that tour. Did you see her performance at the AMAs?
I saw it. I didn't care. I don't care. I don't hate J-Lo.
I don't. It's like
I just
Katy
don't
Perry.
care.
At this point, it's
no,
like...
Katie's easy to hate. J-Lo doesn't say stupid stuff in interviews.
And she didn't go to the moon.
She didn't
Fair.
go to the fucking moon either.
Fair.
It's just like J-Lo doesn't say embarrassing shit. She just lives an embarrassing life with her love life. You know what I'm saying? Trina Winter has one of the best jokes about it. But Katy Perry like genuinely says ignorant or just dumb shit. Wait, Chris, what are your pride questions? I want to make sure.
Do you guys have a brand or something that stood out as being horrible and making like bad? Oh, this is a bad question.
ASOS?
You know
J-Lo?
what I mean?
Is the brand J-Lo, the brand J-Lo.
Actually, on my YouTube,
I don't know what
I
the question was.
review... I think I did a review of like Target Pride merch.
Oh yeah.
Because you know how sometimes Pride merch can just be tick-tack. And some of it's cute. Give me some sequins and glitter and a rainbow.
Well, Pride, we can go a little longer. Pride always does feel like they're like, I mean, there's the obvious like tropes of like companies being like Pride or whatever. But any Pride anything does feel like, there you go. And
100%.
it's like, oh, okay, you know. So no wonder we have to cram everything into a day because it's like we don't get any other chance.
It always feels like it's on the back burner and then they're just like, here.
Yeah. What are some questions, Chris?
I don't have any funny ones.
We can make them
Who's
funny.
your pride icon?
Well, I would have to say my mother.
Okay, I'll spiral off of that. Is that the right term? No. Okay. If you had to cast the Grand Marshals for World Pride, what 3 people are you choosing?
Probably. Do they have to perform or just
Nope.
go in the parade?
Just in the parade. And
I would pick.
currently living.
I would pick John Waters.
You were about to say John Benet Ramsey. I was like, what?
I love John Benet Ramsey, Terry Schiavo, and Jessica, who got caught in the well. Who was in I like
those just on a float.
But it would be John Benet Ramsey's dad with a sign that says I didn't do it. It would be a well because we still didn't get Jessica out. Don't even say it. Don't even say it.
Plug dragging in the back.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna pee.
I didn't even get to answer the question seriously. I was gonna say John Waters, and before I could finish, you thought it was John Benet Ramsey.
That's the
What
answer.
kind of psychotic? What's wrong with you?
Don't choke.
Choking on my saliva.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
John Benet Ramsey.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to say.
It'd
You
be
said
her
John.
brother. It'd be her brother with a bowl of pineapples.
All you said was John, and I immediately thought John Benet
John
Ramsey.
Waters. I was going to say John Waters. I didn't even get to make the other two.
I could have thought of John Early, John Waters, John
Early
Travolta,
John Early would be great.
and I thought John Benet Ramsey. Which, did you know, people, conspiracy theory, think Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey? I think that's a good place to end the episode. Thank you for watching and listening to our Pride episode of our podcast.
Did we even say what we were proud of?
No.
Did we just complain for?
Please like, comment, subscribe. Please join our Patreon for bonus episodes every month and behind-the-scenes content. And until next time.